Okay, good. So let's
More
get
top
some
tips and ideas.
Let's get started. So we hope you're all very, very well. Thank you very much for joining us. It's beginning to seem like it's taking an awfully long time to go through this lockdown, isn't it? It's feeling like it's been a long time now.
Dragging a bit.
Dragging a little bit.
But there has been some, I don't know about you guys, but I really feel that the news is starting to, I know you can find negative and positive news, but I generally I don't know whether it's my general demeanour, but I'm looking for the good stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, this looks like we're getting through it. This looks, I'm searching for the positive green shoots, I think you called them the other day, Brian. And I hope you guys are managing to do that too.
I mean, it's hard to find them, right? Let's be truthful about it. It's pretty hard to find the good news at the moment, but it's there.
Yeah.
Wuhan, for example, not Wigan, as I said last week. Wuhan's rail networks, transportation networks are all back up and running, which is good. The people there are talking about the lessons that we can learn and the rest of the world can learn from their mistakes. Boris Johnson seems to be a bit more chipper this morning, which is good.
Not that Brian's got direct dial to his ICU bed.
Yeah, he rang me earlier. Well, it was actually Dominic Raab going, help!
Face down.
He was probably more panicking than Boris Johnson.
No, but obviously, hopefully he is getting better. Yeah. And I think, Brian's right. Every day we do prep for this meeting, believe it or not. And occasionally it's really blooming hard to find a good news story in amongst all the, journalists who love to have a bit of doom and gloom. Yeah. So hopefully we're trying to bring you some positivity. Good morning, ladies. I can see Katie, Victoria, Neve. Oh, and Matthew. His colouring is exceptional, but good. Similarly, he did a virtual viewing yesterday, did I tell you?
No, you didn't tell me.
Virtual viewing.
Brilliant, well done.
Got an offer, wrapped up the sale.
Excellent. That's brilliant.
Boom. Mic drop.
That Matt Wood.
Matt Wood, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
He's not just been colouring after all.
Other bits of good news. Twitter founder, whose name has just gone completely out of my head, as Jack Dempsey, Jack Dorney.
That sounds better, but I'm not sure.
Has donated $1 billion to the fight the coronavirus, which is really positive.
$1 billion?
$1 billion. You wonder how much money that geezer's got.
Well, I was just... My good
news... You can chuck $1 billion in. I mean, it's fair play, but...
My good... Well, that's interesting.
Throw a bit our way, mate.
You have just trumped my good news story, because my good news story was that the lady that... Denise Coates, who is the CEO of Bet365...
Oh, right, yeah.
She's donated £10 million to the NHS, which is amazing, of course.
But she earns that a week, doesn't she, or something?
She earned like 150 million quid last year or something.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You don't need that much money.
Well, we give it to her.
Wasn't my granddad said it's a crime if you go to the grave with money in your bank?
Okay.
I might be because I didn't want to give it to my nan. I don't know. Anyway.
Excellent. Right. So,
okay.
Right.
I'm back in the room.
Woosa. Happy Brian. Here we go. Right. So today we're going to talk about content.
Yes.
Theme for the day. And in fairness, some of you are, and I keep sharing it in the group as well, are doing some astonishingly good content right now. Yeah. You've really adopted the idea of caring, helpful, heartfelt, and fun as well.
Yeah.
Which I just think is the key to good content right now.
Yeah.
But obviously, I know some of your colleagues and teams are furloughed, and therefore you've got a lot on the plate. I've got visions of you guys all with like 4 phones wrapped around, trying to deal with any inquiries and stuff that's coming in. I have no idea whether that's actually true. But ultimately, what I was thinking was, if you get the opportunity to sit in the garden, you might put pen to paper and write a blog post.
Yep.
Or write a piece of content for your social media, or write a piece of, write a letter.
Or if you can pen and paper, or you can just get Siri to take a note and talk into your phone, and it will all obviously put the text into your phone to save you having to write it.
That's a great idea, Brian.
Yeah.
The point was getting some words on the page.
Yeah.
So we've come up with some probably fairly obvious things that you should be doing on your blog posts, but I'd also love it if you guys were actually sharing in the comments box as well any brilliant content ideas that you've got, so that the other people in the group can actually benefit from it.
Well, I think it's fair to say that there's been quite a lot of activity done by agents so far. So where there has been some successes, where people have produced an article, blog, vlog, whatever it might be, a post that's been your best post over the last couple of weeks, share that.
Yeah, good idea. I bet Rob can give us some insight on stuff like that as well, some analysis from some of the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, Rob, if you want to share it in the group.
I did read one article yesterday on some research that I want to share, and it's not the article I want to share. It's actually a very, very interesting piece by a Wall Street journalist who is saying, as we are now in the third week of lockdown, and obviously the US is in a similar situation, stop talking about COVID-19 in your headlines, in your content. Be aware of it, but stop referring to because of the lockdown, because of the virus, COVID-19. Is
great point.
Stay away from the negativity that's surrounding those particular words now that are associated with the virus. And she was, these are people that are far more intelligent than me, right, with writing.
It's a great point.
Who are saying, those brands that are still hanging on to that, the public are beginning to tire of it massively and are beginning to say that actually, that brand is not thinking it for itself. It's just using the headlines to market itself, and it's now being received very negatively. So that's, I think, from my point of view,
that is a fantastic piece of advice. I think and actually, in most of the stuff that we've done on these sessions, we've never really used the C word.
No,
very, very rarely, and I think that's a really great point.
Yeah.
So maybe we're more intelligent than we think we are.
Yeah.
Because as well, this is in line with, if I see one more blog or video blog saying top tips from working from home, I think I'm
it's
going
done.
to like,
it's done to death
it's done
now.
now.
Yeah, it's done.
We've got to move on.
Content shifts very quickly, right?
I agree.
If you're still writing about COVID or working from home or the work-life balance thing, it's old hat. It's fish and chip paper now, right? It's not
the world moves so fast, especially in the digital world that we're in. Having said all of that, and by the way, I don't want to dismiss any of you that wrote a working from home guide, because we wrote one too. It was relevant 2 weeks ago when everyone was panicking. Now we've got to think about what is relevant now, which is probably emerging from lockdown.
Yeah, the new norm, right? So we're no longer in this strange, crazy, what's happening place. We're in what's called the new norm. Okay, the new normality of what's going, and then it's what's coming. It's the future normality that we need to be thinking about.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Top tip today: any article, any blog post, even a phone call that you're making with clients, just try now to stay away from talking about COVID-19.
Right, Brian and Sarah's recommendations. Before further ado, I'll do the top one. So, with your kids, okay? I found this yesterday. The people who...
Well, they're not kids anymore, they're non-paying lodgers.
Well, they should be paying rent by now, surely.
Right.
They've been at home long enough. The people who did the Gruffalo book, do you know the Gruffalo, Brian? Your kids are too old for that.
Don't know.
No. Anyway, the people who did the Gruffalo book, they have illustrated a story about coronavirus. And I know that sounds mental, but actually it's to help you to explain to your kids what's going on in the world. I will share the link to it. It's been done by a company called Nosy Crow, the publishers, and it's a fantastically illustrated book to help your kids understand coronavirus, which I think is a really great thing for them to do, and it's free. So, as with all these things.
Great. Yeah, tech, definitely consider looking at Hootsuite. It's been around a long time, but it is very good. There's a lot of content. We've talked about a lot of posting required. Hootsuite posts to all your channels, so definitely worth looking at that. And they've got some deals on at the moment.
Did you change my tech recommendation? What did I put in there?
No, I haven't changed a thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Come on.
Book today. This is one of our favourite books of all time. Well, it's definitely one of my favourite books.
It's been made into a game show as well recently.
Has it? Has it really?
Yeah.
Malcolm Gladwell, The Tipping Point. He's a prank.
You actually thought there is a game show called
I'd like
Tipping
to apologise, ladies and gentlemen, subjecting you to this.
Okay.
Malcolm Gladwell, Tipping Point, and I think every so often that book becomes really relevant.
16% when the market adopts something, 16% it tips, everyone else jumps on board.
Yeah, so
great read.
When we all stopped using fax machines, right? It's that kind of vibe.
Mobile phones.
It's exactly the same as what's going on now, so I've dug it back out again. Brian's telling me to hurry up, which is rare, and our binge watch today is...
binge watch today is not really a binge watch, actually. It's a really great... program, a favourite of mine, and it's actually if you like motor racing, it's a great book. 24 Hours of Le Mans, Ford versus Ferrari. It's on Netflix. It's a true story. It's been made into quite a very, very popular film at the moment. But the original documentary on it is fascinating. If you like cars, or even if you want something just a bit different, that's a bit of adrenaline at the moment, it's a great watch. And the film's even better. But sorry,
is that Le Mans '66
yeah,
that
the
you made
film,
me watch?
the film is
I actually enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen.
Christian Bale, Matt Damon, but the episode on the documentary on Netflix is really good.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Great, thank you all very much.
Thanks
Love you
for
all.
joining
Have
us.
a great
Sorry
day.
for overrunning.
Much love. Enjoy your day. No talking about. Great. See you tomorrow.
Bye.